Leah Holiove, and this is Spotlight. And joining me today is the beautiful and very talented Cassandra Maze. Thanks for joining me today, Cassandra.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Leah.
Now, your music is on so many platforms. I'm telling you, I was doing the research going, wow, she's all over the place. Now, I know once upon a time, YouTube used to be where most artists were discovered and they'd showcase their music. But Spotify seems to be the place to go, I see. And you have over 74,000 streams.
Yeah.
On Spotify, by the way. I did the math, which is amazing. I can count. So how does one get so many streams?
Well, I mean, you gotta upload your music to Spotify, get a distributor, and then just promote the heck out of it. I mean, I have lots of fans and friends and family members as well that prefer to use Spotify for their music streaming. And I mean, so much of music consumption is done now online, right? It's not hard copy CDs or anything like that. So a lot of people go to Spotify to discover new artists.
I'm a product of my mind, and I know you couldn't change it if you tried.
So you write your own songs. Where do you get your inspiration?
A lot of my inspiration comes from nature. Like, I love to, if I'm feeling creative, like go for a long walk and just kind of soak in my surroundings. I grew up in the Tri-Cities area, so there's lots of beautiful places to go hiking. Bunsen Lake is like particularly one of my favorite spots. And,
oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I like that because it really it kind of resets your brain.
I don't need your love tonight. Can't you?
Do you ever get a beat in your head and then you're like, I got to write a song for this? Or is it the opposite?
Well, that's happened too. I mean, there's not really like one particular method. It's kind of, however you're feeling in the moment. Sometimes it does start with like a beat, or sometimes it can start with like a melody that comes to me, and I'm like, oh, that's a good chorus melody, and I'll take my phone and I'll record it to my voice memos and save it. I was one of those kids where like I love to sing, and so I would pop on like a Britney Spears cassette tape or a Spice Girls cassette tape and like sing to it.
Good choice.
Yeah. It helped as well that my parents were musically inclined. So like I listened to my mom sing a lot at home, and like my dad would sing and play guitar. Kind of was a thing that came naturally.
You got me hooked from the start. Feels like I'm falling apart. And when you pull on my heart, I go boom, boom, boom.
I've watched some of your music videos. They're great. Boom is my favorite.
Boom. I mean, it's kind of a word that I use every now and then, like kind of a catchphrase of mine. And I just wanted to write a song that was feel good and that had like an upbeat kind of energy to it.
Did you film it in the Lower Mainland?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I recognized some places there.
Yeah, so Boom was filmed. We started in Chinatown. And so, we start the video outside. And then we end up in this beautiful studio loft. We filmed it during the day, so we had lots of natural lighting, and it was really gorgeous. It's kind of like a secret spot that I found, and it turned out great for the video, exactly what we wanted.
Do you come up with the idea for your music videos as well?
I do. Yeah, that one, I knew I wanted to do like a one-shot style video, which basically means like you film it all in one take.
Yeah, which was very impressive with the dancers and everything too as well.
Yeah, thank you. And then I knew I wanted dancers as well, so I actually hired one of my friends, the male dancer. His name's Damien, and he found the female dancer who together they choreographed that routine and put it together and taught me a little dance routine at the end.
Now, you're a full-time musician, which is awesome. Most of the people I've interviewed, they are musicians, but they also have to carry a job or two to keep their dream alive. So how are you able to pull that off?
I think I'm quite versatile as a musician. Yeah. So like I combine my livelihood with not just writing and recording my own music, but also performing in bands and performing live a lot. Like I do cover gigs as well to supplement my income, and I teach as well on the side. So just all different streams of music. It's really been a dream of mine for as long as I can remember, literally. I did go to SFU and I did a degree in English Lit, but I just had this like nagging feeling that like music was really my calling the whole time I was studying, and I didn't really look for jobs after that. What happened is I actually got a job to go work on a cruise ship as a musician, like out of university. So I took that opportunity, and then the rest is kind of history. Like I just kept performing and I kept writing and making music, and so here I am today, doing it all.
I can make it on my own. I don't need your love. I don't need your love.
I know the album is Asymmetry.
Yes.
Where'd that name come from?
Well, I'm really interested in the idea of symmetry and how things that are symmetrical are supposed to be more beautiful because they're very pleasing to the eye. You know, like you see symmetry in a lot of architecture. And apparently, according to some studies that I read, the most beautiful faces are like the most perfectly symmetrical ones. I thought it was really interesting, but I also kind of wanted to pull apart that idea and question it a little bit because I think that, for me personally, like I'm so intrigued and interested in things that have like that little idiosyncratic factor, like that little thing that's weird or offbeat.
Yeah.
You know, like in art, but also in like people. Like I love the things that make me weird or that make, you know, my friends weird. That's the thing that is worth celebrating.
It's
you
what
know?
makes you different.
You got me hooked from the start.
What has been the biggest challenge so far? Like, what could you pass along to somebody else that's listening and wants to become a singer?
Not doubting yourself so much. And that's the thing I think that's been the biggest hurdle for me. It's so easy to get caught up like in, you know, thoughts of doubt or negativity and be like, oh, like I'm not good enough, or, you know, invest too much into one opportunity and when it doesn't pan out to kind of beat yourself up about it. So I would say just forget all that negative stuff. You know, just completely focus on the positive and focus on the things that are going well, and you know, seek out every opportunity that's given to you, but you know, don't get discouraged if something doesn't work out or if it doesn't meet your expectations quite as you imagined it would.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Totally.